Hi, everybody. A little bit more on psychopaths and narcissists. They basically present a mask to you in the beginning. No matter what the relationship is, they'll hone in on your vulnerabilities and then play on them. We fail to recognize this, and it gets us in a whole lot of trouble later. Everything that we have said or done will be used by the psychopath narcissist to smear you. One more minute spent with them, one more minute in reaction to them, gives them more ammo to use against you, to say you are crazy and accuse you of all kinds of things that you're not doing, or to distort and make a mountain out of a molehill, anything you might have done. The smear campaign frightens people because the psychopath narcissist does not care about how your deepest secrets are megaphoned to the world. There are some psychopathic narcissists who will exploit the survivor's sexuality to others. This and a few other selected subjects will be the bone toss they need to suck the minion into their stories. Unless this has happened to you, you have no idea how painful it truly is. If you have learned anything, especially from someone who should have known better, it's that you never ever reveal too much too soon. The disordered one wants to get you into the relationship and dependent as soon as possible, no matter what tool the psychopathic narcissist uses to make that happen. Believe it or not, your own best weapon is to walk away and ignore it, or to use other means to make it stop. Pathological people do not know what stop means, so your efforts to get them to stop harassing, gossiping, and lying about you may require legal action against them, and this can be done. Never think that what you know about them can't be used against them, should they not stop once you have asked that it stop. Psychopaths and narcissists do not stop to think about how their own skeletons may come back to haunt them. They're focused on their own rage, lack of control over your life, or the circumstances, that they tend to forget that there are things that can be shared about them if the behavior is not stopped. This is especially so when you have facts to back it up. And many of us do, but are so sideswiped we don't even think about it. And here's another difference. Psychopaths and narcissists don't feel, they think. While it seems to be a plus for them, it can also be to their own detriment. Not every psychopathic narcissist gets away with every single injustice. Their lack of empathy causes them to stumble around their own shit. The problem with survivors is that we are so busy being hurt, we tend to be tardy in reacting, or we react to the abuser. Smear campaigns are abuse and are a definite reflection of an abuser's tactics. Either gender is capable of this. However, women do seem to be worse in some ways than men. So here are following reasons why psychopaths and narcissists engage in smear campaigns. The first one is envy. Pathological people experience a level of envy toward their targets that is lethal. Whatever the psychopathic narcissist sees in you that he or she knows they cannot be, want to be, or with something that he or she views that you have won in some way, envy can appear as rage in the smear campaign. Sometimes this envy is obvious and sometimes it's not obvious. But when it is, the pathological in your life will leave you no doubt as to what that envy might be. So you called them out, you figured out what was wrong. You either discovered them cheating, telling a huge lie, or as usual, many lies, gossiping, watching porn, saw their Facebook, phone, or other mode of communication that could reveal more of who they really are. The moment after a psychopathic narcissist is exposed is the most dangerous time in the relationship, or just after. Sometimes leaving is what starts it, but it is often before the relationship ends and often before you even know about it. When a psychopath or narcissist senses that you're catching on to the lie, the cheating, the stealing, etc., they will pretend to know nothing while they plant their seeds of the seed smear campaign before you're aware of them already on the trail. Survivors can often feel when the smear campaign has begun through the actions of others around the psychopathic narcissist. They begin to ignore you. Facial expressions are very telling, and body language. They avoid you. They may even whisper behind your back or engage in the behavior with the psychopathic narcissist. It's particularly true with the family members of the psychopath and narcissist. Often the disordered one is manipulating them and giving the family member whatever they want, no matter what it is. So the psychopathic narcissist often manipulates and exploits family members in a way that can make those around them loyal to them. Those loyal to them may even know what the psychopathic narcissist is doing, but you can't count on their support, because while they are involved with the disordered one, you can be sure that the psychopathic narcissists are enabling and manipulating those around them. In this person's case, it was money. It may be something else in the family systems of other. It's very hard to accept when you're the target of this behavior, and while his or her family members might once have really liked or loved you, they are stuck in a symbiosis with the disordered one that produces their loyalty. It really does not have anything to do with you. Another important thing to remember about the disordered one who has been exposed but is exploiting and manipulating those closest to them, these people are quite literally unable to be alone. Often the dysfunction they create in symbiosis with family members serves two purposes: to keep the family members close, to help support their smear campaign after exposure, but more importantly, to prevent abandonment. Narcissists fear abandonment and rejection more than psychopaths do. Their reactions to perceived abandonment are out of proportion to what reality is present, because their behaviors are nearly intolerable, and it's all about them. The family member needs to be offered something overwhelmingly enticing by the disordered one to stick around. Believe it or not, that's not difficult to do, but whatever the case, just know with all your heart it has nothing whatsoever to do with you. Discard. The psychopathic narcissist no longer considers you to be of utility to them, and so, like an old worn-out mattress, you are discarded from the disordered one's life. The disordered one does not like to be called out for having hurt someone else. What is involved here, and of paramount importance, is image. This is both true for the psychopath and the narcissist. Psychopaths who have less tendency to care are those who are a little bit lower on the narcissism scale. But if you have had a narcissistic psychopath in your life who is obsessed with themselves and their image, you are likely to endure an insidious and very hurtful smear campaign. What is so confusing for survivors in this situation is that the psychopathic narcissist dumped them. So why is he or she doing this? image. That's why. Narcissists and psychopaths also will not and do not take responsibility for the pain they have caused. You will never see an apology. You will never see one shred of remorse, guilt, or regret for everything that the disordered one does when obsessed with image. It is always, always about them. Blaming you after the discard is guaranteed to make you feel crazy inside. It's guaranteed to have you reacting. These survivors are most caught off guard. Not only are they wondering why the narcissist psychopath is gone, but they are left with total disbelief and lack of understanding about what the narcissist psychopath is blaming them for. The smear campaign in these situations involve a level of cruelty the survivor is not prepared to deal with. The disordered one has already sideswiped the survivor so much he or she has no idea what to do or how to defend himself or herself. The psychopath narcissist in these cases are relentless as well as ruthless. Once it starts, and because of the emotional pain and devastation of the survivor, it is very difficult to get back your footing. When these situations involve children, they are the most disturbing because the psychopathic narcissist will use their children as weapons and pawns in the game. As it is with adult family members loyal to the narcissist, so it is with the children. They are highly exploitable and malleable. They can offer the child so enticing, like the adult child, that seeing reality about the pathological parent is readily missed. It may take years, if not ever, for the child to see through the parent. There is always hope if the parent discarded is not pathological too, because he or she can set an example what it is to love, to care, and have compassion for others. Psychopaths and narcissists are very sick people, and children are the most susceptible to their parents' manipulation, enabling, and distortions. It's hard to know what to say to a survivor who is experiencing such cruelty. Therapy is highly encouraged in situations like this. Blame. So they just mentioned this, but psychopaths and narcissists do not take blame for anything, ever. It will simply never happen. And if they ever do, it's because they want to manipulate you or suck you back in for some devious reason only known to them. Don't take the bait. Remember that whatever bait disordered ones use is key to your empathetic heart to exploit more from you. Psychopaths and narcissists enjoy the pain and reaction of other people, and to do so to engage is to add fuel to their fire. Well, I don't. I think it's mostly psychopaths that enjoy that, not narcissists, but whatever. Another valuable lesson to continue to learn. So these are the main reasons the psychopathic narcissists and psychopaths engage in the smear campaign. Have you experienced this? Does any of this ring familiar and true for you?